Hi there, for today's pause we're going to do Viparita Karani or legs up the wall pose. This is super nice and restorative for the lower half that's always working hard. If you have tension in the legs, if you have any swelling in the legs, this is great for that. It's also fantastic for anxiety and just finding a general overall sense of calm. So you're gonna find yourself next to a wall. This is how I get into it. I bring my hip close to one side of the wall, and then I'll lean back onto my sacrum and begin to pivot on my sacrum, taking my legs straight up the wall. And then I'll release down to my elbows and eventually onto my back. You want to try and get your hips as close to the wall as you can, so you kind of do this little awkward scooch as close as you can. I'm fairly flexible, so my hips actually, or my glutes rather, touch the wall. My legs are fully extended. This is not accessible for everyone. If this feels absolutely horrible for you, stop wherever it feels good to you when you're scooching closer to the wall. And then you can also add a bend in your legs if that feels better as well. Some people like to place a blanket under the sacrum, and that can be really nice too. So test it out and see what feels best for you, and then you just hang out here. You can rest your hands on your thighs. You can rest your hands on the floor with the backs of your hands meeting the ground, and just fully submit. Let the upper half release right into the earth, and then your legs get this beautiful benefit of not having to work so hard. So generally, we're upright, and so when the blood's trying to get back to the heart, it really has to work hard to pump it back up through the legs to make it to the heart. And we're alleviating a little bit of that work by coming into this pose here. If you practice restorative yoga, you'll be familiar with the feeling that gets created by staying in this posture. And if you're not, you may at this point be noticing some pretty intense tingling in the legs, and that's okay. That's just your cells giving you some feedback. That is the sensation of the blood that is usually kind of pooling down towards the feet a little bit, not having to work so hard, and it's just getting drawn straight down from the heart. And this is a different sensation for the legs, so they start to tingle. There's nothing wrong, it's okay. So you just lay here as long as you want, as long as you can. Inviting in calm. This can help with swelling in the legs, tension in the joints. It's a really powerful pose to take. You stay here for as long as you like. To come out of the pose, I generally just bend my knees and roll off to one side into fetal. And I'll lay in fetal position for a breath cycle or two, and then eventually make my way up to seated. And in seated, I'll have a cross-legged posture, take a couple rounds of breath. And feeling totally revitalized, I'll go about my day. So thank you so much for continuing to come and check in with Pause. I hope to see you soon.